Welcome. This is the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, and we are so glad that you've made it to a calmer corner of your day. Here, we focus on real solutions, practical help, and the kind of encouragement we could all use a little more of. So let's get to it.
We put so much pressure on ourselves to buy the perfect gift, don't we? But here's the truth that most of us forget. The gifts that mean the most rarely come from a store. Today I'm going to share how simple, heartfelt gifts can bring more joy, more connection, and more peace than anything with a big price tag. You'll learn what really matters when you're choosing a gift for an older adult and why small, thoughtful gestures can hold so much power. And just so you know where this is coming from, I'm Robin Schultz, CDS, and I've spent many years helping families create meaningful moments with their loved ones. I've seen firsthand what touches a senior's heart, and today I'm excited to share it with you. So this topic hits home for so many of us, right? Because we live in a world where gift giving can feel like a competition. Everything has to be bigger, fancier, more expensive. And if you've ever stood in a store thinking, ugh, what am I even doing? You're not alone. I have been there too. But here's what I want you to remember. Older adults aren't usually looking for fancy gifts. They're looking for connection. They're looking for meaning, and they're looking for the feeling that someone took a moment to think about them. And sometimes the simplest things can carry the biggest emotional weight. Here's what I mean. I once worked with a family who bought their mom this really pricey piece of tech. They thought she'd love it. But what did she talk about for weeks? A calendar her grandson had made with handwritten captions. Calendar cost maybe $20, but the love behind it was priceless because he took the time to assemble the photos and write captions that he knew would be meaningful to her. You've probably seen something like that in your own family as well. Maybe your mom saves the card you wrote her 5 years ago, or your dad keeps that little trinket you made in school back in the day. Seniors value the story behind the gift. There's that personal connection again, the shared memory. And honestly, so many older adults already have enough stuff. What they want now is comfort and joy and a moment of closeness with their loved ones. So let's talk about what heartfelt gifts actually look like. One of the easiest and most meaningful things that you can give is something you crafted with your own hands. I know, maybe you're not a crafty person. That's okay. Doesn't have to be Pinterest worthy. Think simple. Here's some examples. Maybe put together a small scrapbook with photos and captions. Or put together a playlist of songs from your grandparents or parents, senior loved ones' younger years. Or how about writing them a handwritten letter that tells them what you love about them? Those kinds of gifts are right from the heart, and they land there and stay there. Another gift that means a lot is your time, which sounds like a cliche, but hang on for a second. You can gift time in a way that feels tangible and special. For example, create a little coupon booklet with things like, this is good for one afternoon drive. This coupon is good for a home-cooked meal. This coupon is good for a phone call where I won't multitask, I promise. Like my sister, she's always calling my aunt when she's walking or doing something else, and it makes it difficult for my aunt to hear, so a coupon like that would make my aunt very happy. Anyway, seniors love these because what they really want most is you. They want your presence and your voice and your attention. Now, something else I want you to think about is gifts that help with comfort. Simple things like soft blankets, cozy robes, fuzzy slippers, favorite snacks, warm hand creams. They don't have to be fancy or expensive, but they show that you care and they help to make life a little easier for the senior. And if you want something completely free, how about memories? Give them a memory. You can write a list of my 50 favorite moments that I've had with you. Or you can record a short voice message that they can replay over and over. Or you can create a memory jar and fill it with little notes that you write that they can open anytime they need a smile. These ideas are so small, but they're really big. And I've worked with so many older adults over the years, and one pattern keeps showing up. The gifts that they talk about the most and treasure the most are the ones that remind them that they're loved and remembered and still deeply connected to their family. They are not the gifts that cost the most, or the ones that are wrapped perfectly in shiny paper, or the ones that you see in a holiday ad. And here's something else that might surprise you. Seniors often feel guilty when someone spends a lot of money on them. They might worry that they're a burden, or they might feel embarrassed because they can't give something equally valuable in return. So simple, heartfelt gifts, they don't carry that emotional weight. They are more honest and they're more equal. And if you're a caregiver, well, whether you're caring for your spouse, your parent, or someone you love, please hear this part. You do not have to overdo it for a gift. Your care already is a gift. Your love is already a gift. Excuse me. And your presence, especially during the holidays, is worth more than anything you could buy. Imagine you giving yourself permission to choose a simple, meaningful gift instead of stressing over something big. Doesn't that already feel nice? So let me wrap this up for you with a few quick tips you can use right now. Think simple about gifts, not expensive. Choose something that carries a memory or a story. Offer your time to your loved one in a meaningful way. Or look for comfort items that can make their life easier. Write down something by hand, even if it's just a short note. And remember that heartfelt always wins. When you give from the heart, you're not just handing someone a present. You're giving them connection and happiness and a reminder that they matter to you. And that is actually the real gift. So thanks for joining me today. If this episode brought a little peace to your day, please share it with someone you care about. And you'll find more resources for seniors and caregivers at seniorsafetyadvice.com. Then come back tomorrow for another daily moment of guidance and encouragement right here on the Senior Safety Advice Podcast. Until next time, take care. Bye.
This podcast is part of our mission to help older adults live safely and independently. If you'd like to take the next step, visit aginginplacedirectory.com, where you'll find specialists, helpful resources, and inspiration to make every home your place to thrive.